Let me be real with you all today. I've seen atheists go from mocking God to crying at an altar. I've seen people post God isn't real 1 year, and the next they're begging him for help in private. So today, we're talking about it, the different types of atheists, why they run from God, why some stay mad at him, and why, deep down, a lot of them know he's real, even if they won't say it out loud. This is the one that used to believe, used to go to church every Sunday, Bible in hand, maybe even had a youth pastor they looked up to. Then something broke. Maybe it was a church scandal. Maybe someone they trusted turned on them. Maybe they prayed for something real, and nothing happened. And instead of saying, God, I need healing, they said, forget all of this, it was fake anyway. Now they're online clowning Christians. They roll their eyes at Bible verses, but the truth, they miss it. They miss the peace, the worship, the love, but pride won't let them admit it. And if that's you, let me tell you, God ain't the one who hurt you. People did. But don't throw away your Creator because of a flawed church. God's still here, even if you left. Now this one never believed in God, never grew up in church, never read the Bible. But the second you start questioning your faith, they're right there like, good for you, religion is toxic anyway. You don't need a God, just be a good person. They become your therapist, your life coach, your hype man. But here's the plot twist, they're just as broken. They haven't found peace. They've just learned how to pretend better. They don't know the presence of God, so they settle for cheap replacements, positive vibes, self-help books, yoga, crystals. And when that doesn't work, they drink, they smoke, they scroll, they distract. Just because they're calm on the outside doesn't mean they're whole on the inside. You can't give someone peace when you don't have any yourself. Let's go there. A lot of people in the LGBTQ+ community didn't reject God. They rejected how Christians treated them. They were told, you can't sit here. Or worse, people said God hates you. That's not the gospel, that's not Jesus. Jesus dined with sinners, not screamed at them. He didn't ignore sin, but he always led with truth and love. So what happens? These folks walk away from God, not because they don't believe, but because they think he doesn't want them. So they find comfort in atheism, not because it fulfills them, but because it's the one place where nobody's judging them to their face. But let me say this, if you're LGBTQ and you've walked away from faith, know that God still loves you. He wants your heart before he changes your habits. He sees past the label and straight into the soul. Don't run from the one who made you. Let's talk about the ones who say, I don't believe in God, but the universe got my back. They don't pray. They manifest. They don't worship. They align energy. They won't read scripture, but they'll memorize the star sign compatibility list like it's gospel. Let's be real. They haven't rejected God, they've just repackaged spirituality in a way that lets them stay in control. No rules, no guilt, just vibes. But guess what? The same God you're running from is the same one who gave you the hunger for something bigger. You were made to worship. And if it's not Jesus, you'll start worshipping your own reflection or some rocks you bought on Etsy. This the one always in your comments, the one quote tweeting Bible verses with, "You'll still believe this fairy tale?" They post memes. They argue all day. But let's be honest, if you really didn't believe, why are you obsessed with us? Because deep down you're still fighting something. And usually what you fight the hardest is what you're secretly drawn to the most. This ain't logic, it's spiritual. They're mad because something in them knows if God is real, then I've got to answer to him. And that truth scares them more than anything else. Then there's the one who doesn't post, doesn't argue, doesn't debate. They just silently stop believing. And honestly, they're the closest to coming back. They remember what it felt like to pray. They miss the feeling they got in worship. And even though they say they're not sure anymore, they still wonder, still hope, still ask, God, are you still there? And to the doubter, God's not mad at you. He never left. All it takes is one honest cry, and he'll meet you right where you are. If you've ever fallen into any of these types, hurt, confused, angry, lost, this is your sign God's still calling you back. You don't need to have it all figured out. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to come home. Hit that subscribe if you know this, hit your spirit. Drop a comment if you've ever wrestled with faith. And if you're an atheist watching this, just know you're not beyond God's reach. This is ThaRevelation, and we're just getting started.